What is up, explorers? Today I'm going to be giving you 5 mistakes that I've made during my early stages of van life. Hopefully this will help you along on your journey and you won't repeat these same mistakes. Let's hop into it. The first mistake that I made when I first started van life, this was a pretty bad mistake, and it was only because a water jug that wasn't insulated. When I first started, I had carpet. This whole floor, all over there inside of this area, was carpet. Even under the jug, the trash can, and all of that. But I learned that in the wintertime, this 5-gallon jug sweats. It would soak down up into the carpet that I had. You can probably guess what happened after that. There was a circle spot in that carpet that had developed mold. And when I say that carpet was like a brick in that spot, it was super hard. And I was like, yo, I got mold in my van the first year. Hey, I learned from that mistake, and hopefully you don't make that mistake either, because all that sweat and condensation is just gonna soak that carpet and it's gonna develop mold. Cheap all-terrain tires. When I first got my van on the road, I had got a pair of all-terrain tires that were like under $100 each. Those tires were good for, I'd say, 6 months. And then they started to cup, they started to warp, they started to have like lumps on it and made the van ride really bad, and it would shake, vibrate. And it was also super loud because of the it was just like a droning noise as you would drive down the road, like really loud. I learned that those cheap tires, those cheap all-terrain tires, don't have the mileage that a good set of all-terrain tires had. I think I probably got like 20,000 miles out of those tires before I had to replace them and get these ultimately. These tires are the Road Venture AT51 by Kumho. They have been amazing. They have a long span. They haven't even worn down that much, and I am not sponsored by them. I just love these tires so much, and they're super quiet on the road. Long story short, invest in good tires for your van, especially because you're going to be driving that van all over the place. So make sure that contact point, this is your contact point for on the road. This is really important, so make sure you spend the dough and get a decent set of tires. Number 3 is not having this roof vent fan. Before I had this fan, I bought a fan from Walmart. It's a battery power, you can charge it, it runs USB. And I used to crack my side windows, the 2 side windows on the van open up. And I used to put the fan in one of those windows and let it blow air and circulate. Now that wasn't bad, it did the job, still get pretty toasty in there. So before long, I was like, let me get this roof vent fan. This is a 11-inch high crew roof vent fan, and it's not really fancy. It was pretty cheap. It doesn't have like a rain cover really, but when it rains, that definitely keeps water out as long as it's not up too high. After I got the fan, I instantly noticed like I can stay in my van parked directly in the sun with that on full blast, the side windows cracked, and be okay, be comfortable, and just chill out. Before then, I had to open this door because it was like, yeah, it's pretty toasty. It gets pretty toasty in the summer. And I don't have AC in the van at all. It doesn't work. So just to have this is a little bit of relief for me. And I would say that's very important for condensation buildup. Keeps your van nice and dry. Oftentimes when I cook in here, the steam from the boiling water will fog up the windows, and this will just pull all of that moisture out. Definitely recommend roof vent fan. The next thing I didn't get quite right when I first started was my bed height. At first, I had that bed up so high, and it was even on blocks, just so I could have as much storage as possible. I quickly found out that sitting on the bed like that hurt my neck really bad, and I ain't want that smoke. So I got rid of those blocks and I lowered the bid down. Best thing ever. I knew I have tall hair now. My hair wasn't this long at first. So when I sit on the bid now, it slightly touches, but I'm still able to sit pretty comfortably on that bid. The reason I had it up so high in the first place was I wanted as much storage space as possible. I have paddle boards and solar panels and stuff that I got to put under my bid to recreate. So I wanted as much space as possible, but I quickly learned sacrificing comfort for that, nah, I'm good. I'd rather be comfortable in my 94 Astro. Insulation. Behind these walls, I had 2-inch foam board insulation, and that pushed that out 2 inches on both sides, which caused me to lose 4 inches of bid space, which I really regret it because the bid is perfectly fit to me at 5'8" right now. So I'm happy with that. Because at first, I had to, in order to stretch out, I had to rest my feet on top of those walls, which, nah, I'm good. So now I can fully stretch out with room, and it's so comfortable. I love the Astro van. So take into account the thicker your insulation, the more living space that it's going to use. Like, you're going to have less space. So if you don't need thick insulation, don't get thick insulation. I know some of the other insulations, like I have Thinsulate in there now, and I'm able to get all that space back. That's really good, but it's really expensive. I'm so thankful that Denise gave me the leftover Thinsulate that she had from her van project. It made my van so much more comfortable. It worked out so good, and I'm so thankful for that. But definitely keep into account the more insulation, the thicker insulation you use, the less space you're gonna have, especially in a small van like the Astro Shorty. Whew. Now that we got that out of the way, I have to refill my 5-gallon water jug, and I'm at a state park, so I'm just gonna use their spigot. I usually hook up a RV filter to it to filter out as much contaminants as I can out of it. I know it's not a substitute for an actual filter, but it gives me a little better peace of mind. So let's fill this thing up. It's a bit of a hassle, but thankfully I don't have to do it often. Get all of this out of the way. Keys, yes I do. It's not hanging out of that. Let me turn this on for a second. Whatever. This is why I use a filter. It takes out that debris. I need a water. As you can see here, the water looks kind of murky looking and fizzy, so I decided to dump that out and go to another spigot. All right, take two. We're at another faucet. I'm gonna let this one run for a little bit. Let's see what this one puts out. It's not fizzing or anything, so. So let me add my pink Himalayan salt in there. This puts some minerals in it. So pink Himalayan salt has like 83, or is it 87? I think it's 80. It says 84 on the pack. So 84 minerals. This is gonna help put some of those minerals back into that purified water. And this water is gonna be healthier. Not too much though, I don't wanna put too much. Sometimes I put too much and it's like salt water. But yeah, it'll add electrolytes and everything. Very nutritious, hydrating water. Don't believe me? Look it up. Oh wait, is that hair on this? All right, y'all. I got my water. Everything's filled up. Hopefully that water's okay, because the other water, I don't know. Maybe it was just that spigot. It was fizzing up. Y'all saw that. This one was, I've used this one before, so I guess I'll be all right. I mean, life's full of chances, so let's take a chance. I'm just kidding. But y'all, thank you so much for joining me. Listen to me talk about the 5 mistakes I had, and I hope that helps you in some way to avoid those mistakes, and it gives you a good viewpoint going into van life if you're just starting, or if you've been in van life and looking at some of the things I talked about, like insulation and stuff. I hope that was very helpful to you, and thank you so much for watching. But as always, explorers, peace, love, and have a great day wherever you are. I didn't do any half hearts today, but